Good morning, planet Earth. I'm Mango Thunderslice, and this is the weekly Anarchist news for October 23rd, 2016. What a moment in history it is for us here. So starting off today with the debates. So, I didn't do news last week, so again, kind of playing a little bit of catch-up. So the second and third debates happened since the last video I uploaded, the weekly Anarchist news, and wow, is all I can say. I have to laugh with a just tremendous amount of incredulity when I see polls saying on CNN that Hillary Clinton won the debates. It was an absolute blowout. I've never seen as entertaining and as just completely amazing debate as that. People can say what they want. Oh, this election's been going on too long. Oh, it's so negative. You know what? You have to be able to take into account negative energy in this universe, okay? It's not all positive rainbows and unicorns all the goddamn time, okay? If you're uncomfortable about the fact that Bill Clinton is a rapist, maybe you should ask yourself why that makes you uncomfortable. Not just the fact that he is, but the fact that you don't like to hear about it, okay? There's bad stuff going on in the world, and the only way we're gonna actually do something about it is by actually shining a light on it, okay? And, it has to be known. The Clinton crime family, they run their corrupt organization, the Clinton Foundation, and Trump just went over all these. He went after all of it. He brought up WikiLeaks. He brought up the Fed. He brought up the Clinton Foundation. I mean, he went full spectrum dominance on this woman who is the most corrupt politician they could possibly have nominated. I mean, and again, I made the Trump, if Hillary Clinton acted like Donald Trump, I mean, serious, anytime this woman is faced with real criticism over her actions, not crazy words, like people, oh, Trump says crazy things. No, Hillary has done crazy actions. She has destroyed countries all over the world. From Honduras to Libya. Libya was the most prosperous nation in Africa, and she destroyed it, okay? She was the architect of that whole thing, and it's absolutely tragic. And this is not over, okay? These are now terrorist training grounds. They went to Syria, they took all the gold, they took the oil, now some of the oil's been taken over by ISIS, so it's just a nightmare all around. And Trump just completely mopped the floor with this woman. She looked like she was high. I mean, people say, oh, Trump was sniffling. No, she was like touching her face, and like even at some point during the third debate, she kind of knew that she was getting tossed around, and Space Panther picked it up. I didn't actually catch it on the first one, but she mouthed the word fuck. Like yeah, she knew that she was totally being trounced. And, they're saying that she had a little display. She was looking down a lot. I mean, I can't memorize my lines in the videos sometimes. I just write the script and read it. So sometimes I'm looking down too. But I mean, you would think that if these answers were pre-scripted, that they might be a little more persuasive or inventive or insightful. No, it's just America's great because it's good and middle class and jobs, and it's just completely meaningless blather. Everything she says, it just puts me to sleep because it's meaningless. Trump, the reason he has gotten this far is because he speaks, you can like it or dislike it, but he speaks with a high level of truth content in his words. Very, very unusual for any public figure. And he did his homework, and he brought it to the battlefield on the second and third debates. I was extremely impressed, and to tell the truth, I'm an anarchist. I've said that I'm not voting in this election, and but I've realized at this point, with the entire full court press against Trump, that it is now my duty as an anarchist to vote for this candidate who is so hated by the establishment that it's actually more rebellious to vote for Trump now than it is to not vote and abstain entirely. So I have requested an absentee ballot for Nevada because, we're visiting here in California right now, but I'm still technically a resident of the state of Nevada, and I will be casting my vote for Donald Trump. And this is something that I really want to say because people, they're whining and whining and whining. Oh, this election keeps going on and on and on. It's so negative. But at this point, especially after the performance by Trump, not just at the second debate and the third debate, but also the Al Smith dinner where he roasted Hillary Clinton, I am proud, I will be proud to say that this man is my president, at least for the few more years we're here in the United States. This is not just about voting against Hillary anymore. I am excited, I am stoked to see a President Trump and see what this guy is going to do and how many cages he's going to rattle of these people who have been in their little dark corners of the world just collecting their corrupt benefits, cronies of the system. I want, it's time to, he's like, drain the swamp. What a perfect metaphor. And it's great. So that's it. I encourage, my fellow Nevadans, my fellow Americans to realize that it's not just about words, okay? I've said some crazy shit. You hear it here all the time. Does that mean that I'm a fundamentally immoral or unethical person who can't be trusted with any responsibility? No. It just means that I have kind of a colorful use of language. I'm a poet. And Trump is a poet as well. He's a New Yorker, no less. So, you can hold his crazy words against him, but the fact is, he has never destroyed a sovereign nation like Hillary Clinton has in several different instances. He's never scammed billions of dollars from suffering people on the island of Haiti. Millions of people tried to help that island, and the Clintons just pocketed it all. What a scumbag move. Can you possibly imagine a more detestable way of making your living than just scamming it from earthquake relief efforts? That's who these people are. They're corrupt. And when they say, oh, Hillary needs to bare her soul, she needs to connect with the voters, she's soulless, okay? She's already inverted her energy paradigm. She's an upside down pentacle. And she is a bad, bad lady. All right, it's, I've really tried not to be in the low-class fray of just, piling on this woman and being so mean, but she is seriously an evil woman. And for people to say, oh no, but Trump is the alternative? Yes, Trump is the alternative, and I'll tell you why that's a wonderful thing, because all of these other schmarmasaurs on the red team are all warmongers, okay? If any of them had beaten Trump in the primary, we'd have a choice between World War III and World War III right now. This is the key point. We don't have that choice. We have something much better. We have the chance to actually send a message to these corrupt cronies that run the system and basically tell them, no, we're not having your World War III. We're going to cooperate with Russia. We're going to beat the fuck out of these ISIS terrorists that the United States trained and armed in addition to help from Saudi Arabia and Turkey and Qatar and Jordan and all these little Gulf monarchies, these little imperial puppets that the United States Empire sets up. And we're going to tell them to go fuck yourself. And that's a beautiful thing. I'm totally stoked to see a Trump presidency. So there's that. People need to lose their fear, stop being afraid of things that don't exist, and realize that a track record of horrible, destructive actions, it weighs so much heavier on the scale than just some guy named Trump saying some words that make you feel uncomfortable, okay? Figure it out. It's a pretty clear decision to me at this point. And not only do I think that, Trump is a good candidate, I think he's actually going to win at this point. All these polls are so fake. They take a sampling of 300 Democrats, 100 Republicans, and 150 independents, and they show Hillary with a 5-point lead. Are you serious? If you really extrapolate how skewed that poll is and rebalance it to the actual composition of the American electorate, which is not that oversampled by Democrats, the majority of people are independents, and independents are swinging for Trump like crazy because they can see this actual choice. We have somebody who's not a politician who threatens the war machine, and really, it's all about war. Compared to the prospect of another world war and engaging war with Russia and China in Syria by enacting a no-fly zone and safe spaces, no, it cannot happen. I don't care if there's a wall around the entire United States. I don't care if gay people can't get married. I don't care if Muslims get banned from the United States as long as there's not a war. I will accept any consequences in pursuit of that, and that is what we're getting with Trump. And honestly, all this scary stuff, I don't think is really going to come to pass. Here's the thing. Trump is an outsider. If he gets in and people, he can be stymied. He can be resisted quite easily because he doesn't have the deep state connections. All right, so if stuff goes downhill with Trump, I will join you in the resistance, and I will resist the Trump presidency just like I did Obama and just like I did Bush. But I never supported Bush Jr. to begin with, but I was a wee lad at that point. The point is that if Hillary gets in, she can't be stopped, okay? She has tentacles. She's part of the empire. She has the entire deep state, the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, like, you know, she has it all like at her back, and they're ready to start World War III as soon as she gets in there. But it's not going to happen. Trump's going to take it because all of the real polls are at very least showing tie between Clinton and Trump. The most accurate polls are showing Trump in the lead, and even the accurate polls are still missing something that is very, very critical and was critical to the Brexit decision. You know, people can dismiss this comparison as irrelevant, but it's not. Here's the reason why. All the polls poll likely voters, okay? They don't take into account people who are disillusioned with the system and are coming out for the first time to vote. And you guys don't even realize this is going to be happening like a fucking tidal wave. People coming out of the woodwork to vote for the first time because Trump is not like these other schmarmasaurs. And we'll see what happens, but I'm thinking about even placing a bet because the odds are so against Trump right now. It would be a great payout. So we'll see. But that's why I think that Mr. Trump is going to win, and I think that he'll actually be a good president. And again, if he's not, I'll resist him. I'll stand right there with you. Solidarity in the streets. So, you know, consider the options and choose well, my fellow Americans. Yes, Obama, after these whole WikiLeaks coming out, says that the internet is a wild west of media and it needs to be curated. It needs to be fact-checked. The internet, of course, yes, because the government has all the facts, right? They get to determine what's true. But now Google, ever the lackey lapdog of the empire with his, you know, Eric Schmidt, the CEO of Google, super close connections with, you know, the CIA and the NSA, they're now implementing a truthiness scale, just like Obama suggested. They're trying to fact check the internet and measure things according to how reliable they are. But of course, who chooses how reliable they are and what the truth is? Google, of course, and the government. So it's a bunch of bullshit, and you know, we're gonna resist this takeover of the internet. You know, even Hillary, like, you know, again, if she gets in, she's taking over the internet. I have no mistake, she will. Yeah, if you think naively that she won't, you gotta take a few more thoughts, because she's going to. She's even talked about it. All right, so yeah, Obama's craziness. On that note, yeah, check out the other satire video I'm going to upload later today. If Obama ran a business, I think you'll be entertained. Let's see. Syria, Russia is sending a massive fleet, the largest since the end of the Cold War, to the Mediterranean Sea as Hillary Clinton calls for no-fly zones and safe spaces, aka war with Russia and China. You know, and again, Trump presidency is our only alternative to this. So, you know, I am genuinely scared by the prospect of World War III, and that's exactly what we're going to get, I promise you, with Hillary Clinton. And Trump presidency is our only option to avoid that. Even Jill Stein, Madam Stein, she's almost quasi-roundabout endorsed Trump by saying that Trump's foreign policy is far less scary than Hillary's. He wants to cooperate with Russia to defeat the CIA-backed terrorists known as ISIS and al-Nusra in Syria. And, you know, Hillary just wants to blow the whole fucking world to shit, as she usually does. So, you know, this is a very exciting time, and we have the opportunity to make some real change. Are they going to try and rig the election? Absolutely. Are they going to have dead people voting? Yes. Are they going to have felons voting? Yeah, they will. Are they going to have people voting multiple times? Yeah, they will. But we will overwhelm them with tens of millions of first-time voters. I had disavowed voting. I had like a religious sort of like vow of I will never participate in this system again, and I'm breaking that because it makes sense. And this is truly, there is a schism going on in the elite, okay? It's not all just one group of elite, and let's all just make the same decision, nobody disagrees. No, there's a schism. And even the people within the NSA, okay, the Praetorian Guard of the Empire, are resisting Hillary. And it's not Russia who's hacking these emails, it's the NSA. Yeah, it's a rogue employee like Edward Snowden who's basically just, and there's many of them they don't want to see her be president. She has no respect for them. She is an imperial tyrant, oligarch, little lapdog like them all. And this is, again, a beautiful time to be able to have this real choice. Like, you know, Romney, McCain, no. But Trump is a very exciting candidate. Moving on, Venezuela is on the eve of revolution. Maduro, the president of Venezuela, has canceled a recall vote. And now basically this is the point where there's no other options. It's pretty much torches and pitchforks time. And the overthrow of the leader of this former socialist utopia now is going to have some hard justice imposed on it by the people themselves. And a little cute anecdote and addendum to this is that there's a Venezuelan company called Smartmatic, and they were the ones who made the voting machines in Venezuela, where President Maduro got reelected even though he was vastly unpopular. And guess what? There are 16 states in the United States that are using Smartmatic voting machines during this election, many of them swing states. So again, there is a heavy headwind against us. They will try to rig the system, but we will overwhelm them. And the fact is, majority of people in this country won't accept a Hillary Clinton presidency as legitimate, and because she's not legitimate, she's a criminal, and we all know it. The emails have proven it. She can say Russia, Russia, Russia all she wants, but we know the truth, Hillary, and you're not getting in the White House, and if you are, your authority will be illegitimate and resisted at every single turn, and you will not achieve the imperial project you wish to, and we will overturn it. And we're gonna have a good time no matter what, because we are beautiful, sovereign, independent human beings, and that's what's up, my brothers and sisters. So I'm gonna get started on the next video. I hope you have a wonderful week, and wholeness and balance vibrations to you all. Cheers.